pay attention to this topic, because this is a topic that could either make or break your relationship. And at the end of the day, I want you to have a successful relationship. So that's why I'm going to state why it's absolutely crucial to lead a relationship as a man, okay? And let's go a bit deeper into things, right? So first of all, human evolution, human biology, women are hardwired to men that can lead, provide, protect, etc., right? Men are conditioned or hardwired to provide, okay, to lead as well. Like, that's basically how the dynamic is meant to be, okay? Women are meant to be feminine, men are meant to be masculine, right? It's only this new age, modern day society BS, I call it, which has conditioned women to believing that they can do things that men can do. Yeah, and they probably can, right? But they're not hardwired to do that, right? So you're not hardwired, right, to operate that way. And society has conditioned men to think it's okay to, and I hate to use this word, but be soft and be a beta male, right? As a man, you need to lead, you need to be in control of the relationship, right? Because a woman, whether they want to believe it or not, is attracted to a man who can solve problems, handle himself, lead the relationship, fix like issues. Like, she just wants a man who's just got it, right? Women are just attracted to men who just have it. And I'm going to give you an example, right? So when you are in the relationship at the start, okay, everything's all good, you know, you basically, you know, you lead the relationship as a man. You decide, okay, you know, you meet this girl, you like her, you're like, all right, beautiful, I know a nice Mexican place we can go to eat, or there's a really cool place, you know, that we can go get ice cream, or whatever it might be, right? You come up with the places to meet, right, for when you're dating. Now, eventually, when you guys settle in, or settle down, sorry, I should say, which you should never do as a man, but once you start settling together, you move in together, you stop as a man doing the things that you first did, right? And she used to see you as someone that, you know, went to the gym, he was, you know, looking after himself, he was self-improving, and then she was attracted to that first initial guy that she met, right? Then eventually years go by, or a year goes by, you settle in, you move in together, and you get comfortable, right? You start settling, and you've gone from that guy that she once thought you were to someone who now sits on the couch, has a beer. When it was 11 a.m, when you used to always go to the gym, you now are taking days off. And women pick this up. They're not stupid. Women pick this up, right? They will see that you are slacking off, and it's not their fault for when relationships get messy. I would say majority of the times it's the man's fault. Like, it's the men's fault that have done this to themselves, right? If you stop being the person you were, okay, and you start settling and getting comfortable and you know, putting on weight, and you stop caring about, you know, your self-worth, you start to slowly deteriorate as a man, right? And when you start deteriorating, you're basically handing the keys to leadership to your partner, right? Because she's now thinking, well, he's stressed after work, he's having a beer, well, who else is going to do it? I'm going to have to do it, right? You stop being romantic, you stop, you know, taking her places, you start even asking her, hey babe, what do you feel like eating tonight, or where do you want to go this weekend, or what do you want to do this weekend, right? You're basically handing the authority over to her. Women love a man who's in control, who can take lead, who has it all figured out, and just surprises her, right? Like, women love surprises. They like a man who can surprise them. And when you give your power away to a woman, like a leadership role, which we're hardwired to be as men, okay? And this might come to a shock to you, this video, because you might be like, well, I've been sold a lie then. Well, you have been sold a lie, right? So just pay attention and really just sink in what I'm trying to say with this video, okay? Because it's all coming from love, right? It's not coming from a bad, negative, like, view, right? I'm just trying to spread the truth, and as you know, this is a no BS channel. But when you give a woman leadership, like you give her the leadership role within the relationship, okay, and you start getting comfortable, you start settling down, okay, as a man, she's going to start getting stressed out with you, okay? Long term, she's going to start getting stressed out with you. She's going to notice that your habits have gotten worse, that you're not the guy that she first met. And she's just continuously just going to be resenting you in the long run, right? She's just going to, get pissed off with you, okay? And then you're going to wonder, why doesn't she want to sleep with me? Why doesn't she, look at me the same? And that's where a lot of married men go wrong, okay? And that's why a lot of them I've found have sought, relationship coaches and so forth, because they find themselves in all sorts of mess that they've created. Because I guarantee you, at the start of that relationship, before they had kids, whatever it might be, things were good. The man was leading the relationship, and the woman would just take the lead. And that's just how women want it, right? They don't want to sit there coming up with, solutions. Women just like to be swept off their feet in a way, okay, and just be led by the man that she's with, all right? She just wants to know the man's got it, and that's understandable. We can't hate on that as men. We have to accept that that's how they're hardwired, and we're hardwired a certain way, right? And when you start going against your hardwiring, well, then that's when the woman starts not feeling, as secure with you. She starts thinking, if shit was to hit the fan, has my man got it? Like, can he even, has he got the security of our relationship? Like, is everything safe? Like, she's going to second guess it. And when she second guesses it, she's not going to want to sleep with you. She's not going to find you as, attractive. That's when she's going to also lose the burning desire towards you. And because you've conditioned yourself with so many bad habits, you're going to almost think it's her fault, right? And this is what I say, it's so absolutely crucial, and listen to me, that you need to be selfish in a way where you put yourself first as a man, okay? And you give yourself that time of day that you need, like that time in a day that you need where you spend on your personal development, okay? It's absolutely crucial. It's not a joke, right? If that means you waking up a bit earlier while your partner's asleep just to get the things you need to get done in order for you to operate at the highest frequency possible, for you to be admirable in her eyes, right? Elevated, like with the highest frequency, operating very positive. That's the only way you're going to be able to get through the relationship and solve problems and be a problem fixer, right? Like, she doesn't want a guy who just is indecisive, he doesn't know what to do. Like, picture this scenario, right? Like, imagine you've got a car, right? You're a couple, you've got a car, the engine blows up in the car, right? Something bad happens, the engine blows up. You then call your missus, say, hey, the engine blew up. She's like, what are you going to do about it? And you're like, I don't know, babe, what should we do? There, that moment you said that, she's going to start panicking, because what can she do, bro? She's not going to pop the hood and have a look at the engine and go give you a diagnostic report and go, well, I think we should do this, right? She's going to want you to take lead, take control of the situation, right? Same thing with, let's say you lost your job, for example. You lost your job as a man, right? You feel like venting. Instead of venting to your partner, which is the worst thing you can do, right? Like, what do you expect her to do? Go apply for jobs on your behalf? Like, that's your job. She's going to instantly think that you're not going to be able to provide for her, okay? She's going to think these negative thoughts, and that's what you have to understand as a man, right? Like, you need to understand this. And in that scenario, you just need to vent to your boys. You need to vent to your brotherhood, like whoever that might be, right? You need to vent to someone other than your partner. You don't add problems to your partner's life. You solve problems within your partner's life, right? Like, that's what you need to do. She's counting on you as a man to solve problems, not add to problems. So when she tests you, and she might not even be a test, she might even say, babe, the sink keeps leaking, I don't know what to do. You go, all right, babe, no worries, just leave it to me, I've got it, all right, I'll sort it out, no problem. Even if you don't know how to sort it out, like you don't know how to fix it as a man, you just figure out how you can get that fixed, right? We're living in 2024. We've got access to the internet. You can get a plumber. You can hire someone to fix it if you don't know. If you want to learn how to fix it yourself, you've got YouTube tutorials that are free. You go buy the tools, you go get it done. Like, just think, right? And in order for you to think outside the box and use your, put your thinking hat on and be a problem solver, the only way you're going to be a problem solver is if you put yourself first into personal development. You need to always wake up each and every day doing this, right? Like, keep your 2 hours or however long you want to spend on developing yourself, but you must, 1 to 2 hours, but you must allocate some time in the day, every single day, regardless if you're in the relationship or not. Okay, even if you're just single, but either way, this is more related to, relationships, but you have to develop yourself into the man you need to become, right? Like, you have to be that guy. You have to be that man that just has it. He's got it. That's when your partner's going to have genuine burning desire for you. That's when she's going to, hold you the highest regard. When she's having lunch with her friends and they start, talking about their partners, and, your girlfriend's partner might be someone who is just like, because women love to like gossip. They love to, compare their partners to the other partners sometimes, not all, but some do. And then, how's your partner doing? I just don't even want to get into it. And they might say, how's your partner doing? And then your missus will be like, yeah, he's good. He's just got it, man. Like, he just does everything. Like, I don't know, like, this guy's just like, you end up being like her superhero in a way, right? Like, you end up being her idol, like her man that she just holds to the highest degree. Like, she knows you've got it, and you have to be that man if you want to have a successful relationship that lasts long term. You need to be able to just have the answer to most things. And I'm not saying you need to know the answer to everything, right? But you just say to your partner, I've got it, no problem. You just carry on with your day, I'll sort it out. You carry on with your day, I'll sort it out. Don't worry, doll. Okay, when she tries to test you, saying, hey, do you want to come clothes shopping with me at like 9 a.m. and at 9 a.m. you normally go to the gym. You've got a mad back session that you've got planned, or you go for a hike with your boys and all that at 9 a.m. The moment you cancel what you normally do, because what you're doing in your own time by spending time on yourself, like let's say at 9 a.m. for that example, that's your personal development time, right? You're helping your mental health. You're doing exercise, you're doing something to benefit you, and when you benefit you and you're good, the loved ones around you will pick that up and they become good as well, right? So the moment you start dropping that and you start to go shopping, you do that, it might be okay on the day, but you will start eventually giving in, cancelling things that you normally would do with your, in your own time, in your own leisure to better you as a man. The moment you start doing that, you start forming bad habits, right? And then you do it once, you do it twice, you do it 3 times. After a while, bro, she's going to catch on and she's going to be like, hey, didn't you normally go to the gym at this time? And then you're going to crack it saying, yeah, well, I came with you, right? Like, you wanted me to come, and then all of a sudden you've just basically turned it into a battle, right? A battle. She's basically signaling, are you turning soft, okay, in a way? And I'm not saying you have to be some macho man that looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger from the Terminator, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is you need to hold your masculine dynamic about you, all right? You need to have these masculine traits. That's why it's very important for men to develop themselves into the best versions possible, right? Like, that's something you have control over. It's just whether you choose to do that or not entirely falls back on you, okay? It's entirely you're responsible for that. So you cannot blame your partner for losing respect for you when she initially had respect for you, because you've now given her the key to leadership. You've given her the ability to direct the relationship. You're basically saying, like, I don't know if I can lead this relationship. How about you lead, right? That is the absolute worst thing you can do as a man. And you then wonder later on why men, end up just living in like really like resented relationships where where his partner doesn't give him sex, she doesn't admire him, she doesn't respect him. She might love you, but she doesn't respect you anymore. And when she loses respect for you, and you've done this to yourself, that's when she's going to have these thoughts, okay? Like, as in like, is he really the right man for me, right? She's going to have these thoughts, and I don't want that for you, bro. Why would you want to put yourself through that, right? Why? I know it can be hard and stressful as a man. I'm not saying it's easy, right? It's not like as easy as women have it. But at the end of the day, you need to, that's why I say work on yourself every single day. Develop yourself into who you need to become. It's absolutely crucial. Like, I don't just say these things to get views or anything like that. I'm purely stating what works and what doesn't work, right? And I'll give you an example, like with my own personal relationships that I've had in the past that have gone wrong. Okay, so I was with a girl. She was older than me. When I met her, you know, I was lean. I would lead the relationship. Then when, you know, we were together for about 3 years, and I started getting comfortable. I started eating. I started, you know, smoking weed. I went up like 4 pant sizes, right? Like, which was totally unhealthy. I started binge eating junk food, and I remember I just basically handed the keys to her to lead. Like, she would just pretty much lead the majority of the relationship, and eventually we just, like, we broke up, like, with each other. Like, she broke up with me because I don't blame her, bro. Like, it's like, she wants someone masculine. Women crave this. They don't want someone that's weak. There are some women that take advantage of men that are weak, but these are messed up girls programmed to society, right? I know that you're wanting a feminine girl, right? And there are feminine women out there, even in Western countries. There are, right? There are. So don't think that all women are corrupted like this. This is not the type of video I'm trying to, like, I'm not trying to make this message and say, like, all girls in the West are fucked. They're not, bro. There are good girls out there, trust me. You just have to be the best version of yourself, and as you become that person, you get to hold the dynamic at the start of the relationship, during the relationship, and however long the relationship will forever last, right? You get to hold it that way. And your woman will always have respect for you. She'll always hold you in the highest regard. She'll always want to have sex with you, okay? It's never forced. And look, with my current relationship now with my partner, I just solve everything. I'm the problem fixer. She pretty much just, like, she calls me Tiger, like the problem fixer. She goes, "You're the problem fixer." Like, and that's my job. Like, I love doing it. If she's got any problem that she needs resolved, throw it at me. I love to solve her problems. Like, I love it. She wants to do this. She wants to know where this is. She wants to, whatever it might be, I will solve the problem for her. No problem, right? Like, 100%, I love it. I enjoy solving problems, right? And when you start to form the habit of solving problems for you know, your loved ones, you start to become good at it, and you start to become a person that just generally can just solve problems at ease. Like, it just becomes like second nature. Don't worry, I've got it. Don't worry, don't stress. You go do it. You go do what you got to do. I'll sort it out, right? And my missus loves that. She loves that about me, and she just stays feminine. All right, I just have my masculine traits. I don't stop self-improving. Okay. Even when she's, you know, with me, and, like, let's say we're, you know, but like she's at my place and we sleep over or whatever it might be, the next morning I'll wake up, I'll do what I need to do, get the things done, okay? And then I will, when I'm finished doing what I'm doing and I'm in a good headspace and I've elevated myself to a high frequency and I'm operating in the most positive way, shape, form possible, she only deserves to have the best version of me. She doesn't deserve to have a negative version of me, right? It's not nice to do that. So I will then spend time with her, and when I spend time with her, I don't sit there on my phone scrolling, scrolling. I don't do that, bro. I literally have my phone down, unless we take a photo with one another. I just have my phone down and I just spend my time with her, bro. Like, I just give her a romantic experience every time, and that's what I'll do. That's my job. Like, it's to be that masculine figure in her life, right? Like, that's the best I can do. I can just be that person that, you know, she admires, and she tells me, she goes, "I admire you." Like, she looks up to me, bro. Like, that's why. And I don't, like, sit there having to sweet talk my way into it. She can just see that I'm about it. I've got it, right? And she loves that about me, right? And she gets to remain feminine, and I handle the stresses of the relationship. And, you know, there's times where she's like, "No, like, it's okay, you know," like, and I'm like, no, just don't stress. I'll just keep doing me, and I'll take care of the stress. That's just what I like to do, bro. Like, I like to do that, and that's how a relationship is, right? That's the dynamic of our relationship, and I'm happy with it that way. That's the only way that I want this relationship to go. And look, you can have this too, but you just need to if it wasn't for self-improvement, bro, if it wasn't for me improving myself, developing myself each and every day, like allocating time to better myself, then I wouldn't be here today making this video for you, right? I would not be here today. I promised you I would not be here today making this video. That's what you'll see in most of my videos, that I can't stress highly enough how important self-improvement is in all the topics I talk about. Like, it's literally like the only medicine for a man to cure all your issues and live life as easiest as possible. Otherwise, you're just going to live life in that victim mentality, complaining, losing your authority, and blaming other people, forming bad habits, and you're going to live life on hard mode. Why not live life as a man, even because we know as a man it's not going to be easy as it is for a woman, right? We know we're going to have to, it's more stressful, so why not play the odds in our favor, right? Like, why not utilize as much cheat codes as we can to make this day-to-day lifestyle easier, right? And that's why I say, when you spend time developing yourself, it just becomes easier to play this game called life. It just becomes easier. So that's my advice to you. But hold yourself to the highest degree possible in a relationship, okay? Be the person that solves problems. Be that man in her life where she doesn't have to ever think about replacing you. She'll always respect you, okay? She'll always like be in love with you, okay? And she knows that you just have it. Like, just be that guy that has it, right? Like, you've got it. Like, you've got it about you. Like, there's no ifs or buts. Like, my man will get it sorted, and if he doesn't know, he'll just, either way, he'll get it sorted, right? Like, that's all you have to do, bro. Like, you don't have to overthink this. You just have to literally be that rare individual, right? And it saddens me that like a lot of men cannot do this, because this is the medicine to a better relationship, a better life, a better lifestyle. This is the only medicine that works. And when you start settling and getting comfortable, it's only a matter of time, bro. It's only a matter of time. It might go for 5 years, it might go for 7, but eventually she will get so fed up that your relationship is at like turmoil, where she almost like despises you, bro. Like, in a way where like she's with you for possibly convenience, you might have children, but she doesn't really respect you at all as a man, you know? And think about it. Do you really want to be a father like that? Like, one day have kids, or if you're watching this and you do have kids, I don't mean this with any ill intent whatsoever, but do you really want to be a father that has no control over his family dynamic? Like, he's got no control, he's lazy, he's settled, he's just accepted that, okay, cool, this is how my life's going to be, I'm just going to accept it. And you really going to watch your children like grow? Are you going to expect your children to be any different to you? Like, that's all I got to say, right? If you want them to be the best versions, you have to set the example in the household as a man. It's absolutely crucial, right? Like, your wife's even going to think the same. Like, you're the dad, you're the father, you need to be the role model, the guidance, the rock in the family, right? The moment you stop that and you start getting lazy and settling, well, guess what? Your kids are going to start picking up those habits, right? Like, it's just, we have to end this BS right now. We have to wake up to ourselves, and we have to truly just be better men, all right? We have to be better men. There's no other way around it. You can't play this game of life any other way. It just doesn't work, okay? So, look, very passionate about these topics, like, as you could probably see, because I love to see, you know, men, you know, unleash their full potential. Like, it's not difficult. Like, you literally anyone can do this. That's why I'm so like, my blood's boiling at times when I like speak to the camera, because it's just like, it fathoms me how like men settle in life, and you can't live that way. There's a better life out there for you, bro. And those that are in relationships right now, you moved in with your partner, just remember what I've said, right? Like, just don't settle, keep going, like, keep your self-improvement, personal development. If it's a time where you normally do things and your partner wants to go shopping with you, say, no, I can't come, I've got to do this, like, this is something I need to do, but I'm free at this time, okay? So she can then maybe wait for you and go later, or she can go with a friend, or she can go by herself, right? Your relationship's not going to die if she's not going to come with you to go at that particular time that you normally spend on yourself, all right? So put yourself first in a way, be selfish in a good way, and just operate from a high frequency so you can help your loved ones around you. Yeah. So listen, I hope this video helped. All right. And look, if you gain some value, you're a new person that follows, like watches my channel, give it a